to the Hello, one viewer, a whopping one viewer. It's been a minute, a very long minute since I've done anything. We just lost a viewer. No, but how uneventful this summer has been, low-key. I feel like, I don't know, something was very off about this summer. And I don't know, it's unnerving almost. Oh my God. But all is well, we'll live, you know what I mean? We have the winter and we have next summer. Si Dios quiere. I was doing a Move with Nicole workout yesterday because, well, okay. If I flex that, that looks good, right? That looks good. But anyways, I was doing Move with Nicole, which is a Pilates YouTuber. And I was I ate so much today, but I'm also very tired. I'm not going to work out that much. I'll just do something like a 15-minute thing so that I don't lose conditioning step by step, right? Even though I've been step by stepping it for the past 10 plus years, it wasn't until last year, yeah, that I actually started to lose weight. And what's crazy is that you don't fucking notice when you lose weight. You don't notice it at all. You will literally just you'll start working out and start eating what you're supposed to eat, right, to lose weight. And then out of nowhere, a few months down the line, you'll get on the scale and you'll be like, I lost weight, but I don't see any progress. And then you look at pictures of how you used to look back then and you're like, oh shit, that really happened. I didn't notice how much weight I was losing until people told me. And it's a bit of a shock because damn, I didn't know I was that big. That's the thing about it. But anyways, I was doing Move with Nicole. Oh my God. It was eventful. Mind you, it is not the first time I've done Pilates on my own though. I have never done a class. I'd like to do a class. But for some reason, doing an ab specific workout, because I'm going to be prone to a lot of loose skin. Imagine going from 240 pounds to my goal is a 150. I'm at a 170, 175, depending on my weight fluctuation. That's where I'm at right now. So I just need 20 pounds to go. But imagine going from that much, you're gonna get loose skin. If you don't have loose skin, you've gotten surgery. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna be prone to loose skin. So I was just I might as well tone up a bit so it's a little less noticeable, the loose skin. And so I've noticing that yes, it's still fat, but also a lot of loose skin. I could tell when it's loose skin and when it's fat. So I was just I should try working on my abs, trying to get a little bit sculpted here. So I did 15-minute ab workout, Move with Nicole. I was dying on that floor. I couldn't, shit was not funny about it. It was so, I'm still feeling it. And not like the soreness of it all, but like if I'm still on that floor gasping for air, trying to like gather hold of myself as she's telling us to draw your navel down to the ground. And it's like, no, this is not going to work for me. Also, multiple times throughout that workout, when she said draw your navel down towards the floor, I just felt that a fucking fart was going to loosen up from my body. It Nothing was funny about that workout, and it was only 15 minutes. I've done an hour workout of hers, but that was a one-time event. That's a once in a blue moon event. If it were like an everyday thing where I do an hour of Pilates, I would probably look super sculpted, super fabulosa, you know what I mean? But I'm not doing that because I don't hate myself that much, you know? Like, but for some reason, the 1 hour of Pilates I did that one time, and maybe I'm just saying because it's been months, didn't feel as bad as the 15-minute workout I did for abs. This is not my strong suit. This area right here, it's not my strength at all. If anything, I would like to focus more on my legs and my arms. Well, that's what I tend to focus on. But I despise ab workouts. I despise anything with a core, and because it hurts. It hurts. It is the worst area to focus on, I think. Dot. We're talking about fitness. Yeah, no. Maybe I'm not working out hard enough for me to assess, like, no, it's actually worse working out your arms. It's actually worse working out your legs or your back. And it's like, no, the worst thing to work out, I'm gonna skip ads. The worst thing to work out by far for me has been my abs, my stomach, my core area. This is the worst shit ever. Yeah, it was not good. But I feel like I've built up no core strength at all. There is a certain exercise that I do. Okay, because I do move with Nicole. I do videos, by the way, you guys. I'm like such a mom. Um his channel name, Jeremy SRY. I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm just gonna spell it for you. There is an ab section in one of his videos in which it's a yoga pose, it's a crow. So you're essentially forcing yourself on your arms, right? But a lot of the strength like that you're using comes from your core. It's core strength. And it's like I've built up no core strength since then. I've seen no progress on my on my crow pose. Therefore, I feel as though I'm making no progress on my core. I can't even do a simple push-up. What am I doing wrong? Like, why is my endurance on top of that so low still? I barely built up the endurance to like jog for like 3 to 6 minutes nonstop without me feeling like I'm gonna like collapse on the floor and like huffing and puffing and shit. But yeah, no, I need tips. I don't know why. And I've been consistent with it. In the summer of last year, I used to run a lot, but I would still struggle. And then it's the little things. I did start doing the Vaseline in the nose thing, like going, because when I breathe through my nose when I run, and then breathe out through my mouth. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to be breathing, but hold on, yo, my mom texted me. I have an outing today. Another earthquake? She just texted me another earthquake question mark. If she's on this live, it wasn't an earthquake, mom. It's my like shaky camera, my shaky setup. It's just my computer. And I'm not using a better quality camera because my phone, I should be charging this. Should be charging actually. But what were we talking about? Working out. Yes. I've built up no strength. Well, my legs actually. My legs have been looking so good lately. I think in comparison to previous, like that's the and my some of my like waistline, obviously my face look like it looks really good now. In fact, my face looks so slim that one time I had acne scarring and my mother told me that it looks like a meth head, because it's skinny and like the scabs on the face, that I looked like someone addicted on to some sort of substance. And I was like, hey, progress, I will take it. But that's what she said to me in a very funny way, by the way. I will find that comment as funny as I can for the rest of my life. But yeah, so my face has slimmed down, although I feel like it could be a little more slimmer. I think in 20 pounds, we will see that. But my arms, you guys, I've had genuinely terrible things happen to me, very awful things happen to me, but none of those things has made me spiral the way that I've spiraled upon realization that this right here, this is just skin. This is not going to slim down, and that's going to be ugly forever. I was at an H&M, right? And I was trying on these dresses. I fit into a size medium now without feeling like the fabric's gonna rip. So that's a milestone, right? And so I was getting in this dress and I was like, oh my God, this dress is so pretty. And I turned to the side and my arm just like as big as possible as it could be in that mirror. And I was like, I can't wear this dress. I can't. Oh my goodness. It's not fuck. Anyway, I can't wear this dress. It's ruined. It's soiled. It's disgusting. And all because of my arms. And maybe that does make me a bit fat phobic, but I'm telling you right now, I am fat phobic for me because I don't pull it off. I've seen some pretty plus size baddies, you know what I mean? But I was never one of them. I was never one of them. And no one in my personal life can lie to me, successfully lie to me, and convince, okay, these ads, let me just fix this because I want to keep yapping. Balanced ads. The fuck? We're doing balanced ads now. Yeah, because I'm not that money hungry. I kind of am. Which reminds me, I'm filming another video today. It might be a little funny, a little bit sad, a little bit pathetic, but I love it. So, anyways, but again, no one can lie to me and tell me that I look better at 240, 230 pounds than I do now. And it's not a fat phobic thing. It's not a fat equals ugly thing. It's a Clarissa, a plus fat equals ugly thing. That's what it is. It will never be a fat equals ugly thing. I was never, and especially because my body, like my build, like I feel, and I've said this before mentally, I've said this before, I was meant to be a skinny bitch. I was never meant to be a fat bitch. You guys should know this because no matter at what weight I was always flat. Breast wise, not really, but butt wise, I was always flat. Always. And on top of that, my shoulders were they're narrow like that and very big. I'm broad, and when I was bigger, it allowed people to feel as though the accurate depiction of me were to be describing me as a linebacker. So no one's going to convince me that at any point of being plus size well, I'm still technically plus size, but you're not convincing me that the 200 plus pound version of me was better looking. And no one, never. Whereas other individuals who were, around me that were plus size, they had the curves. They didn't have my build. And even the ones that did, they had a different face or something else worked for them, but it just never worked for me. And I've been like this for years upon years now, for over a decade. Yeah. So no. But I was in this H&M dressing room trying this shit on, and I saw my arms just like flying squirrel, and I felt disgusted. I was like, this is never going to shrink. This is just skin now. Maybe, yeah, some of it is still fat and my arms are taking a little bit longer, but very little of it is fat. And that's going to be me for the rest of my life. And that made me spiral. I almost started crying. And I can remember, again, very horrible things that have happened to me growing up. But thinking of this one, the reality that the only way this is going to be fixed is with hundreds and thousands upon dollars for a decent job at eliminating loose skin made me want to vomit. I felt nauseous. And I'm not even being dramatic. My sisters, of course, were annoyed hearing me talk about this because they were with us. My dad was with us too. And I was telling this to my dad, and he kind of just, because what can you do? They're not funding my surgery. No one's funding my surgery. Kamala, if you're watching, I will vote for you if you fund my surgery. No, but well, yeah, it's never that deep. It kind of is for me because my looks have always just been something that's been so important to me. Maybe when I get a job, that'll be different, you know. Maybe that'll change, you know, when I become an employed person. Maybe when I start paying bills and shit, that will change, and I will realize that my looks are only so have so little value. But then again, the industry I'm trying to make it in industry, aka I just really want to be a stage actress. I would love to perform on stage. I don't even want to be famous at all like that, but I would just love it. But still, looks are so very important still. I don't care that they want to push body positivity. It's bullshit. It's all performative. They are not going. If I show up ugly to these auditions, no one's going to hire me. No one. And I've seen some genuinely horrible actors and actresses, but what's the main takeaway? They are good looking, or, you know, societally, objectively good looking, like beauty standard, that type of shit. You're absolutely gorgeous, and I mean that. I wouldn't change anything about you, and that's very sweet. Of course, I do appreciate these comments, and I'm not trying to fish, but objectively, like, if you look into society, what's the standard? What is the That's my thing. But thank you. I do very much. That does mean a lot. But also it's like, I don't know. I've always been ugly growing up. You guys don't believe me, but I need to make a video talking about this just so that I can like have an excuse to put up pictures of how I used to look like. That's why growing up I was like so bare minimum a smart lunatic. it, it might be crazy, but there is some sense in being sent around, some logic sent around through my neurons, coded in like covered and coded in delusion and things like that. But it's smart nonsense nonetheless. You know what I mean? I'm very nice today. I'm going to skip ads. This is awful. I hate ads. I despise ads so much. And yeah, because by the time I'm done with my rant, the ad will have finished. But yeah, like it's, and I did notice that I'm not ugly. I will never say that I'm ugly. At least now. I don't feel ugly, but I feel like a good chunk of people who, you know, run the things that I want to do when I'm like when I really get into the whole theater stuff, things like that, they will not find me attractive enough to like advocate for me or want to put me in things, you know what I mean? And it honestly could just be a lack of talent and I'm just being deluded about that, but who knows? Worldwide Ghost, hey Clarissa. Hello. Hello. Yeah, growing up, I was very much not beautiful though. And no amount of Justin Bieber, no amount of One Direction songs will change that mindset about me. I listened to that song That's what makes you beautiful. What makes you beautiful, whatever it's called. And I thought the rhythm was nice, the beat is there, but it was all just horseshit. Oh my good lord. Um, but yeah, like no amount of positivity, girl empowerment and things like that made me feel better about myself growing up. And that's why I allowed a lot of the horrible things that have happened at me to happen to me, because I felt that's the best it's gonna get from me. This is the best that you deserve, Clarissa. That's in my mind, that was me being realistic. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I'm ugly. This person who is going to do the absolute worst to me mentally and emotionally and other aspects being all messed up like that, that's the best I get. Because it's that or it's nothing. But honestly, now looking back, it really should have just been nothing. But when you're so insecure about it and things like that, you will accept anything. You know what I mean? Beautiful and have great talent. Thank you. I'm sure all of you guys are very talented. Because not to stroke my own ego, but like you have to be very interesting to like stumble upon videos of mine. And I'm not saying that I myself am like all that interesting, but this is just a very odd place to be in on YouTube. Like your feed has to have been sculpted in some type of way that only a very interesting person could have it, to where my videos just popped up, because ASMR gets made every day and I hardly do ASMR anymore, which is why my views are so low. But that's that's what it is. Enough about that though. We won't talk about this anymore. But what else is going on? You guys tell me what's going on with your life, because I don't really have one right now, not yet at least. I auditioned recently for this workshop, a musical theater workshop that they're having at my school, and please don't tell me my siblings here. I don't want them here. Oh, I'm kidding. I love them. I love them. But come on. Oh. Yeah, they're still talking about that damn earthquake. Nobody felt that shit. Like nobody felt it. They came into my feed a while back. I did call in and say hello and I found you, which was very nice of you. I appreciate you guys that have been here since the beginning and upon seeing my content kind of switch up, because I will admit ASMR will be a part of my channel still, but not as much. If I want to get, my creative juices flowing and things, you can sing. I kind of can sing. I will say this, you guys are probably watching and be like, this bitch cannot be positive if it was to save her life. She can't be positive about herself to save her life. But I will be very blunt about this. I used to sing so much when I was growing up, and I think I sang a lot better in high school because I actually was getting trained at that point. The voice is like, my boyfriend will explain it. It's like a muscle. It's a muscle that you need to train. And when you stop training it, you get all like scrawny and shit. Like if you stop lifting, your shit is like, you know? So that's kind of what happened to me. I can somewhat hold a note now, but I can't do all the stuff I used to be able to do. Like if you guys ever listen to the song Seasons of Love, there is a high note at the very, very end. And that one might have been puberty, because even when I was getting trained, I lost the ability to do that note. But there's a very high note where it's a belted note and it's like, and you kind of like gotta like riff it a bit. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I'm not too good with the technical terms with singing or theater. But anyway, yeah, I lost the ability to do that, and that was so heartbreaking. But I used to be able to do opera. I used to be able to do classical. But for some reason, I can't do it at all. I can't. And it's like, that's so sad. I used to be able to do so much with my voice. And then I started treating my like my voice like I have like free healthcare and like immunity from vocal damage, which is fine. But anyways, I auditioned for the musical theater workshop and I got in. You guys, this is so great for me. Like, I got in. I'm hoping they don't make me audition again because they said I was in the course that you need to be in it, like automatically. But I don't know if they still would want me to re-audition. So fingers crossed, you guys, that I don't have to re-audition. Auditioning is the most nerve-wracking thing ever. If I struggle to sing as it is, whenever I start to film myself being like, when I start to film myself singing, that's when there's real trouble because I become the most anxious. And when I can feel my heart beating out of my chest, it kind of gets hard to like breathe. And you kind of need to breathe to sing, you know? When you have little breath control because you're panicking, you can't really hold a note like that. So, you know? So when I started to record, I felt that I was like panicking for some reason. And it's like I can't send in a self-tape or I get nervous and I can't audition in person, or of course I'll get nervous. What can I do? That I am thirsty though. So I will take you guys with me while I go get water. But I've been wanting to do the workshop for a while now because it seems like so much fun. Oh my god. Cuz there's still that theater kid within that craves the attention that comes with being on stage, but also being able to sing. You know, those annoying ass kids that would sing post the show choir competition, post production at Denny's, like post theater production at Denny's. That's kind of the life I still crave to be a part of, except now it's in college, so it's a lot less insufferable. No, yeah, college theater and high school theater, that is the main difference. Um, like theater kids in college are much more pleasant to be around than a high schooler that's a theater kid. Just by far. The ego is a lot less. Everyone is so humble. Everyone is just a major dork though, which I love. I love dorky people because I myself am a dorky person. So yeah. If anyone cares though, the song I did for audition was was maybe this time from Cabaret. I'm pretty sure. Right. Yeah, Cabaret. I have not. I'm such a fake theater kid though, because I've not listened to Cabaret in its entirety. Um, but there is, I don't know where I am vocally. Maybe I do need to train my voice a bit more, but I don't know where I'm at. I don't know if I'm not a soprano anymore, a soprano. I'm not any of that. I really can't be because when I try to do those notes, it's like put the muzzle on it. Put the muzzle on this bitch. You know what I mean? Cuz it's like what are you doing? Like you don't have the conditioning or the training anymore. Why are you still trying to hit these notes? When I do an alto though, I like an alto song or something within an alto range, it's still too high for me. Where I sing comfortably is whatever range the song Being Alive from the show Company is. That's my comfortable range now. And I used to have the voice of a little flute, which is so yeah. Anyways, it's an awesome feeling being on stage. Honestly, it is. When you are able to command the crowd and be captivating and you're aware of that. If you're not aware of that, you become a total anxious, nervous wreck, you know. I have such a fear of judgment. I don't know why I'd like to get into acting. Like I love attention, but I don't like the eyes being on me really. I like being slightly acknowledged. But to be an actor, not even like on a famous scale, like a basic actor, people kind of have to see you on stage, you know? And then the judgment of your performance. It's like, hey, Clarissa, that was great. It could either be that or Clarissa, that sucked. Stop acting, you know? So that's the fear of mine. And I don't have these fears when I'm done performing. I have these fears in the middle of my performance. And I also don't like the feeling of feeling that I'm not doing a piece justice, that I'm not doing a play justice. You know what I mean? Like this old 18th century playwright did not die for this 20-year-old to. That door totally just closed on its own. For this 20-year-old to soil it. You know? But that also could be ego. It might be. It might be. I think it's because I'm too online. I'm too online. If I were less online, I feel this wouldn't happen. But being online, being so chronically online is just such a guilty pleasure for me. Yo. What's up? Oh my god. I would love to hear the advice. I've been dying for advice. Oh my god. I just Clarissa, do a live without talking about Jeremy Strong challenge. Impossible. Go. I'm first. Let's go. No, it's because I was gonna say I should have taken that opportunity to ask for like quick advice as an actor. He doesn't even know. He didn't even know I was an actor. And so many people have said to him, I'm an actor, this and that. I couldn't even do that. Why the fuck did he care that I'm from California? Anyway, but I could have gotten some good advice here and I didn't. Because Clarissa doesn't think. Clarissa can't talk. Anyway. Why do I feel like I'm just seeing more and more ads? I changed the setting for there to be less ads. To live the part. To live the part. Which is not bad advice, of course. It's never bad advice. But how live the part? Like literally or in another sense that's going way over my head? One individual that I will say, had good very good advice. Hold on, I kind of want to get my notes. Where are my notes at? I probably threw them away to get into the mind of, oh yeah, you need to be very empathetic to be a decent actor. Like, yeah, you can pretend and you could still have a good performance, but I feel like a really good way is to be empathetic, and a way to be empathetic is to kind of like see their thoughts as your own, but not too much. You know what I mean? Like a balance there. Yeah. Hold on. I need my notes. Oh my god. Because I feel awful that I can't remember the name of the individual. Is he a playwright himself? He's not a playwright himself. That. Hmm. 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 I probably threw them away because I was like, oh, let me stop being a hoarder. And it's like, no, Clarissa, dumbass, you shouldn't have thrown the most recent notes you had away. Fuck. Anyway. No, I didn't. Did I? Hold on. I also have a shelf full of notebooks and, that's, bruh. Yay, yay, yay. I found it. I found it. I found it. Oh my gosh. My acting 2 notebook. Fill this bitch up to the brim. Some pages are kind of empty. This one. Yeah. Augusto, Boal. Yes. He, we read a book of his, which was like games for actors and things like that. But a big emphasis was because for me, what I find helps to like loosen me up when I'm on stage and to feel as though, because one thing that I really struggled with, that I had mentioned in acting too, was feeling like whenever I deliver lines or move about on stage, I feel stiff. I feel like I'm not being the character. I'm being myself just reading the lines. And it doesn't feel natural when I perform it. And so this helped me. It was a book called, I believe it was like something along the lines of Games for Actors, things like that. And a lot of the acting is physical at that point. You're like, what's it called? I can't remember an exact exercise, but we did some of them, and it's just feeling it in your body, like physically feeling the thing that you're doing, um things like that, or feeling something similar to it. That's what helps me. It helped me though, which I bring it up more for some reason, more than getting into the mindset of it, because sometimes it's like, am I getting into the mindset of this character or am I projecting? And I don't want to project because I'm Clarissa and this character is another person that's not me. Do you feel me? Like, anyway, used to say to act for the medium you're performing in. Movie acting would be far different to theater. I feel like I can do it all, but I would love to do theater acting more than anything. More. I don't know why, but I feel like there's something very, and this is where I sound pretentious, but I feel like there's something more refined about a stage actor. No shade to those who didn't have a stage background, but that's just me because, of the training that can go into it. Also, the need for improv and things like that, which you guys can say improv is also done in movie acting, Clarissa, but sometimes on stage you are forced to come up with whatever. And then you bring that to a movie setting, it works. Of course, the two are very different though. They're very different. And I will say one feels harder than the other, but you already know which one I think that of. Ooh. Hold on. Okay, still no texts because I have to wait for my siblings to come home so I could open the door for them. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like being on stage forces you to be much more instinctive about things, like going like that. Whereas movie acting and TV acting, those are different from each other. But there's like cuts, there's different shots. Everyone in the theater could see everything that's going on stage and things like that. So it kind of forces you to have that instinct, you know? Um, and the feedback is it's very much in an instant. people, reviewing shows aside, the audience will react to things that happen on stage. And you, as a performer, will pick up on that. Although you shouldn't really focus on that if you're on stage, I think, personally, because that's how I get too into my head. For acting too, we had to, our final was performing a scene. I had to do two scenes. I found that whenever I would like kind of like look off into the corner of my eye to the audience, that's when I would like kind of like mess up and like fumble my words a bit. But in reality, it's like stop looking at them. Your character would not be looking off to the side, so you shouldn't either. Even if it's not like subtly looking like that, I could just, when I'm looking forward, I could like see kind of, that peripheral vision type of thing. I could see whatever they were doing physically in their seats. But that's not good. Stop focusing on that. Things like that. That's kind of what acting on stage forces you to do, not to do, things like that. But yeah, acting is also very fun though, by the way. I just want to put that out there because yeah, I complain a lot about acting and things like that, but also it's fun. It's very fun. And no one can take that from me. And it's just great being in a room full of other people that want to do things that like things that you want to do and things like that. It's fun. It's such a passionate room and I love it. And I will forever. Would you? That was a joke tweet I made. That was very much a joke. Because I just remembered that I made a dumbass tweet about this. Anyway, no. I would hold the camera though. I'm down to hold the camera or like the mics and shit. Like, you know? Like that. You know what I mean? But act like in the action or like oh like I'm a side character, like I walk in, I'm like really right in front of my salad, that type of thing, you know what I mean? That I okay, sure. But no. I have a very hold on, let me skip these ads. I have a rule for myself. There will be no nudity from me ever, but there are exceptions when it comes to certain directors. There are. I will admit that. But until then, and because I'm a very, very small creator, that's not happening. Oh my God. Y'all are funny though. Isaac from the UK, love your vids. Thank you. Isaac from the UK. Thank you. From the UK. It kind of shocks me as if I'm not publishing videos to a very public site that's used worldwide. Whenever someone from outside of the US is watching my videos, someone from outside of the US or Mexico is watching my videos, yes, that shocks me. What ethnicity are you? Hispanic. That's the accurate description. All my sisters are here, y'all. But anyways, that means I gotta go. Bye bye bye. Bye bye bye.